Have you ever felt it hard to pick up the pencil and start a new drawing? Or maybe you've been facing art block for a very long time, or just couldn't draw, or was not in the right mood to draw? Well, if so, we've all faced this before, and art block is something that is definitely not uncommon. I certainly have faced it myself, and I know many artists have faced it before. But you don't have to be alone. About 2 months ago, after finishing my final track and field race, as I don't know if many of you know, but I am in track and field aside from producing art. I love making art, but I also love running too. I'm a runner. I do long distance, short distance, and medium. I do primarily long distance and medium distance. I had a great race, but the second day after my race, I ended up in the emergency room with a rare syndrome known as SMA syndrome. This required me to be on a feeding tube, and I was in the ER for a couple of days, and it took me a while to recover. However, I thought originally I was going to have the tube in for 3 months. However, I only had to have it in for 3 weeks. So my recovery was actually a lot faster than I originally anticipated. However, even though I was recovering very quickly and all my signs were going back and I was becoming a lot better after this illness, it still became difficult for me to go back to the regular activities I loved, like drawing and running. I had not ran in almost 2 months, and 2 weeks ago I started running for the first time, which felt weird after not running in 2 months. But I had to slowly get back into it as I'm part of cross country. And also the same thing goes with art too. I was off art for a long time. Even though I had done a few commissions, I had taken a significant break in my art journey, and many of my pieces I wasn't satisfied with because I had had a long break of no drawing practice, which meant my drawing skills were getting worse. So this is why I had been experiencing an art block. But now I have just started to try to get back into it. And it's been a little rocky at first, but there's been some ways that I've tried to get my motivation back, and I'll tell you what those are right now. The first way, if you're struggling with art block or have a lack of inspiration to draw, is to find something that captures you and really inspires you to draw. For this, I recommend finding something you really love to draw. Maybe that's of a person, a character in a TV show you watch. Maybe that's an animal, like your favorite pet or something. Just focus on drawing it, and it should really get you motivated if it's something you really like. The second thing is maybe if you're having a lack of motivation to draw, because it could be due to your lack of drawing skills, or you may be weak on fundamentals. For this, I recommend practicing very basic drawing fundamentals. So I'd practice simple sketches and really focus on your drawing skills, because if you don't have good drawing skills, then the rest of your artwork is not going to end up turning out well. That's why it's crucial to focus on on many little parts of the drawing, instead of having too many drawings that you always want to be perfect on, because if you always expect every drawing to turn out perfect, then you're never going to learn. The third way I'd recommend is to switch up your medium. So maybe if you've been drawing for a long time and your drawings aren't turning out the way that you want them to be, I would try maybe painting. So for example, I'm a colored pencil artist, and I do lots of colored pencil work, and sometimes when my work is not doing well, I will just try painting. About 11 days ago from this video, I did a painting of a flag, and it was in acrylics, and it was like the first time I had painted in 2 or 3 months after being in the hospital. So it's great and it felt really good because I had been drawing for so much, and I was kind of getting rusty on painting to really introduce it back in. So I recommend switching up your mediums whenever possible. The fourth way is the fourth way is to think of something that really motivates you to draw. If you haven't found that inspiration yet, then you can look at other people's artwork. It's great to take inspiration from other people's artwork if you're not sure what to draw or you don't know where your style is. This can be great, but it can also be a disservice if you use it the wrong way. If you use it the wrong way, if you look at other people's artwork and only think that you're not good enough or you'll never be as good as them, that can actually do a disservice to you. It will prevent you from growing and it'll make you look down upon yourself. However, it can be a great way to look at other people's artwork and get positive inspiration from them. And then finally, the fifth way, if you're struggling with art block or art motivation, is to simply just take a break. Many of us have been working on our craft for many hours or many days, whether that be months, days, or years. And sometimes we're just tired and we have other things going on in our life. Certainly, I have had a lot go on over the last few months. If I didn't already mention, I also got a job at a local restaurant nearby, which takes up time during my week. And this was great because I wanted a job for a while. And I'm also doing the art, but I've kind of made it a side hobby now, but I'm still continuing the art. So I think it's important to make time for art, but don't overdo it if it makes your art worse, because if you overdo it, you're not going to end up enjoying it. So definitely have a balance. I think really the key is moderation, to have a balance and moderation in your life. Well, I hope those tips and tricks helped you with tackling art burnout or art motivation. If you like this video, please feel free to share it with a friend and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on the bell and so you never miss any notifications. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day. Bye, everybody.